Two receivers right, one to the left. There goes Lashy back. He has a ton of time. Now the pocket breaking down. Runs out to his right, but Tsapdong back there. He makes the sack. Arthur Tsapdong makes himself available early.
Right back here to the Griffins Game Day pregame show on the Westmoreland Sports Network as we continue to count you down to Seton Hill and Lock Haven. You heard from Coach Isaac Collins. Now it's time to talk with Arthur Tsapdong, senior defensive lineman, one of the few seniors on this year's team. And Sap, first of all, just kind of talk about last week's game against the Shippensburg Red Raiders. I know you didn't get the result that you wanted, but did you see some positive things defensively and really team-wise out of your team that maybe wasn't there last year?
Yes, definitely defensively we took a lot of steps that I feel were positive, but we still have a ways to go just as far as our aggression on the field, just knowing our schemes, knowing what we have to do. But we just have to make sure we learn how to be more consistent and just put everything together series by series instead of worrying about the results of the game at the time. So we just have to just string everything together play by play.
What about your team mentality? You guys went down early. Now, I asked Coach, I thought it was maybe the craziest way to start out a season when Phil Moreland scooped up the botched extra point and went back for 2 points. But, you guys got down early. You're coming off of a 1-10 season. You obviously want to keep your confidence up. Did you feel like the team's confidence level was still there even though Shippensburg got on the board first?
No, early on we never wavered because we just knew the kind of team that we have going into the season and the things that we know we can do, especially from an athletic standpoint and just the people that we have coming back and even the people that have come in. So we just knew that we can keep playing, but we just have to, once again, just learn to be more consistent and just keep playing the game, keep playing each play.
So what you're saying is the confidence level is a little different than last year?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. We have a year under Coach Collins' defense now, so people are just flying around to the ball. No, everybody knows what everybody has to do, so we're just trying to hit our spots.
I know you kind of talked about the play of the defense, but I know you guys gave up a lot of yards, but you did have 4 sacks. You had a couple of turnovers. You guys forced some turnovers. 2 things you did pretty well last year. Can you just kind of talk about the play of the defense a little bit more, Seth?
We just, anytime we step on the field, we just want to be the most aggressive bunch of people on the football field. We want to let our presence be known and set the tone. So that's what we make sure we do every practice. We make sure we're on our keys, we're on our point, and we just try to fly around as best as possible.
Well, you certainly flew around last week. I want to ask you about your performance. But first, since you're one of the seniors on this team, how good did it feel for Cole Fry to get an interception? Have you ever had one in your career at Seton Hill?
I'm still trying to get my own myself.
Get your big paws on that ball. Talk about how good it felt to see him get a pick, huh?
Man, it was just good to see a young freshman, Cole Fry, who's been working hard since camp. He's a really good dude ever since I met him. And just to see him get that kind of reward for the work he's put in, it felt good to see that happen. And I like to see all my teammates shine like that.
Zap, one final thing about last week. Shippensburg obviously had a good offense. They had a lot of experienced returners coming back, I think 9 of 11, even though they lost their quarterback, Zach Zoli. But why did you feel, like looking back at film and maybe even during the game, that it was a little bit tough to stop them at times?
Probably they hit us with our no huddle, their no huddle attack, and we had issues at time getting lined up. So even when we had to spend a couple timeouts, and then maybe just the fatigue of the game. I know it's extremely hot out there, so that definitely played a factor into what transpired. But we expect to just come out and be even better than what we were last week, because we know we can.
That was going to be my next question to you, man. How hot was it? I mean, it was funny because you guys have the new jerseys on, and it went from like the Griffins red to some type of maroon or something because of how bad you were sweating. How difficult was it, though, on those long drives to try to stay fresh?
We try to rotate players in as much as we can, as fast as we can, but it can be difficult, especially with a team like that likes to go no huddle, so it's even hard to get substitutions in and out. and then just the humidity. I don't know. That was
something
else.
Yeah. Did you do anything special personally to keep from cramping? I mean, is there anything special you do?
Usually I just try to drink water. I stay away from the foods I don't need to be eating. Try to eat lean stuff like maybe salads or so. Just pound down the water and the Gatorade. That's pretty much it.
That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
You had a big sack early on last week. You're a senior, again, a leader of this defensive line. What do you expect out of yourself this year, your last year at Seton Hill?
I expect to just be more of a playmaker and just keep helping my team in a number of ways I can. I just expect much more of myself, just because I know the work that I've put in, and I know the work that the rest of my teammates have put in. So we just want to go out there and let that hard work that we put in pay off.
Are you taking more of a leadership role this year, being, again, with Orlando Irby graduating and Mike Akers graduating, only 2 seniors from last year's team, both on the defensive line? Does that make your role maybe a little bit more important in that area?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I miss those guys. But
you still keep in touch with them?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. But, yeah, most definitely, that's just something I have to do, just considering I am one of the only seniors on the team. So I just have to show the young guys and the new guys that have come in just like the rope of how we do things around here. Just lead them right way. They need help with anything, they come to me, ask me any questions. I'll be always there to support my teammates. That's what I'm here for.
Yep, you can certainly leave a lasting impression, man, your final year. You mentioned earlier about how much more comfortable the team feels defensively under Coach Collins now, second year in his system. I think you kind of talked about, like, last year you were thinking a lot. This year everyone's just flying around and trying to make plays. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit more? I mean, do you guys feel a lot more comfortable this year?
Most definitely. Just jumping into the playbook. Now we just know our blitzes, our stunts, our coverages. Everything is much more sound and sharp, and it's not a foreign language to us anymore. It's kind of like you're going from, like, I don't know, Spanish 1 to like Spanish 3
or 3. Oh, you're going. You're
Yeah.
skipping 2 altogether. That's how much better you guys feel.
Yeah, I feel like we can get to that point where we just run even a lot more stuff than what we were running last year, which is like mostly simplistic stuff. So we can ranch it up a little bit.
So you can kind of add some things this year that maybe confuses offenses that you couldn't add last year, some wrinkles to the playbook defensively, you think?
Most definitely.
I want to ask you, Sap, kind of take you off the field here. What do you do prior to a game? What's your game day like? What do you do to get ready?
I don't know. This might surprise some people, but I actually like to listen to R&B before a game just to get my mind relaxed.
You kind of have that voice, man.
Yeah.
Be an R&B singer a little bit, man?
Oh, no. I leave that to the professionals. But yeah, I just like to listen to that kind of music just so I keep my mind focused. I don't get too
ratchet it up or anything. You just kind of mellow, but then you go out in the field and then you rip someone, right?
Yep. That's just how I move.
What got you into playing football, Sap? What made you start playing?
Funny story. I always liked football growing up, but I didn't start playing until high school. And I actually almost didn't play my freshman year, but I convinced my mom to let me step out there, and then the rest was history from there.
And now she's very proud of you, succeeding on and off the field here at Seton Hill, right?
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Talk about your major, what your plans are kind of after college. I know you still have a big senior year left, but what's your major and what are you planning on?
My major is biology, and then after school, if I'm not doing anything professional, I plan on going to grad school.
Oh, great. That's great. And we talked off the camera, too. I got to ask you now because I'll give credit to Jimmy, who's running some stuff behind the scenes right now. How have you liked Greensburg since you've been here? You said it was a little bit tough to get adjusted to at first because you're not used to an area like a city, but I guess being up on the hill is kind of like being away from the city as well. So how's it been like?
It did take some time getting used to the hills and the streets and just
the one ways.
Yeah,
you mentioned,
definitely, and just the the vibe of the community, the different kind of things that are around here. But once I've gotten the time to just see the city and be around for a couple of years now, I'm much more comfortable being up here, and just see even a company that I keep up here, especially with my teammates, friends. It's just made that adjustment over the years that much easier.
Sap, I got to ask you one final thing. The Lock Haven Eagles come in. From looking at them on film and things like that, what do they like to do on offense? What do you guys have to do defensively to get a win?
Main thing we have to do, we just got to play our keys and just make sure we're flying around to the ball, because we know if we just come out and set the tempo like we know we can and should do, then hopefully we should be able to come out with a victory this week.
So it's more being worried about what you guys are doing defensively than maybe what their offense is doing in a way?
We respect what they do offensively, most definitely, but we know we just have to come out and play fundamentally sound and not kill ourselves, so that we give ourselves the best chance to be successful on defense and to win the ball game.
Take care of your own business, right?
Most definitely.
That is Arthur Tsapdong. Good luck today, buddy. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate watching you at Seton Hill for the last 4 years as well, and should be a great senior season. Once again, that is Arthur Tsapdong, senior defensive lineman for the Seton Hill Griffins. When we continue, we will be back from Lock Haven on the Griffins Game Day pregame show as we get you ready for Seton Hill and Lock Haven here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.